Hi everybody, Linda Anderson here from LindaLouCreates.com. Have you started planning your Christmas cards yet? Well, if you're looking for some different ideas, join me every Thursday for my new series, Christmas in July. In August! Products from the new Stampin' Up! Catalog might even make an appearance. And if you need a holiday catalog, just email me. You'll find it in the description below, and I'll gladly get a catalog mailed out to you. Now let me show you today's card. Here it is. It is using some non-traditional designer series paper to create this. This is actually a piece of the Magnolia Lane paper. It measures 5 1/4 by 4, and just by using a real red Stampin' Write marker, you'll transform it into this beautiful background. Other supplies you're going to need to create this card is a Stampin' pad in real red, the stamp set that I used for my sentiment, both for the inside as well as the banner on the outside. So here's the inside. The banner on the outside uses the stamp set Lots of Cheer. As far as cardstock goes, you have a card base of real red. I like the top folding cards. That is my favorite. So they measure 11 by 4 1/4. And it is scored and then folded at 5 1/2. You'll need 2 pieces of Very Vanilla, one that measures 5 1/4 by 4. This is what we'll use for the inside of the card. On the outside of the card, you'll see this layer of Very Vanilla. Now that measures 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And then, like I said, you'll need your designer series paper from the Magnolia Lane pack. And again, this measures 5 1/4 by 4. I'll come back to this piece and we'll get it finished colored in. The frame is out of Mossy Meadow, and the frame itself measures 3 3/8 by 4 3/4. Now how I created the frame was by using the stitched rectangle framelets. So here are the framelets right here, and you'll see what's missing. I have the second largest. I skipped one, and then I guess it would be then the 4th largest. I put those together. I just kind of eyeballed them, secured them with some washi tape, ran this through on my die cutting machine, and that's how I ended up with this frame with the stitching around on both sides. I went ahead and I put some dimensionals on the back of that. Now for the sentiment, this is also cut out with one of the stitched rectangle dies. This one happens to be the smallest one. That is out of Very Vanilla. Now you'll see that it has been cut in a banner shape, also with the stitching on it. And I cut out using the rectangle die as it is, like you see here. Then I ran it through a second time, and this time I turned the die on its side here so I could just hit the corner of it, of the die, cutting out. Then ran it through my die cut machine. Just kind of show you on the back how it's created that. So now I have a banner, and it is stitched. And this is where I will now stamp my sentiment. So let me go ahead and do that real quick. I'm going to get the stamping done. And for the sentiment, I have the Joyful Season. I'll try and do this without getting my head in the way. Can't guarantee it's going to be straight. Now I will put a couple dimensionals on the back of that. And while I have the pad open, I'm going to go ahead. Now this is that piece of Very Vanilla that is 4 by 5 1/4. This is going to be for the inside. So let me go ahead and stamp the insides. Okay, so that's all we need for the stamping. So this one is actually kind of quick in that regards. But let me go ahead. I went ahead and did a lot of the coloring on this piece of the Magnolia Lane DSP. I left one open so I can just show you. If you can see here, let me just hold it up a little bit closer. You can see where it is kind of shaded here. It's lighter in spots of the flower. Well, down here on the flower before coloring it, you'll notice that there are some like petal pink colored within the petals themselves. Notice that whenever I color over that with my real red marker, that's what comes through as lighter. So it already has kind of its built-in blending, so to speak, for you. So all I did was come around and I just colored in my flower until I had it completely. So you see where the it's lighter, so it's highlighting a little bit there. I'm just covering it up where this pink color is, and it's really looking awesome. I love that look. So I am using the brush end of the marker. I'm not being real particular about it. So this could go fast if you went ahead maybe and colored up the whole sheet and then cut it out into your 5 1/4 by 4 inch pieces. That might help to, you'll get what, 6 cards then out of a 12 by 12 piece of the DSP. So almost done here, and there it is. So I think it's amazing the difference then, the transformation of this background paper. So tell you what I'm going to do is go ahead and grab my snail, and I'm going to go ahead and attach it then to this piece of Very Vanilla that again is 1/8 of an inch bigger. So it measures 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. So I will go ahead and get that attached down. If it will cooperate for me. There we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and put this down to the card itself. Now, knowing that I have a frame that's going to be coming in here, I guess I just want to kind of pay attention to what flowers I want in the direction I want them to go. So I kind of like it that way. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere this down. And if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and get my insides in then too. So while I'm at it, I always like to challenge myself when it comes to Christmas cards, doing something non-traditional. Whether usually it's the color combination that I do, but this time seeing the paper, it was like, there's that non-traditional aspect that I'm looking for. Okay, now the frame, like I said, I already threw some dimensionals on the back. It's actually just the what is left over after you use up all the dimensionals. It's just what's around the edges of it, so that kind of came in handy here. So yes, I do like my dimensionals. So being a frame, I kind of want it to really hold up well. So that's why I really wanted to be sure and cover it completely. So let me lay that down. And I have my banner with my, for the front with my dimensionals, and I even put a little bit of adhesive. The adhesive is over the part of the banner that's going to attach to the frame. So I'm just going to line it up with the edge of the DSP. And there we go. And I didn't point this out earlier in the list of supplies, but I did use the gold metallic pearls then on this, just to add a little something to it. So 1, 2, let me get one more in there, and there it is. Okay, so here is the first in my series of Christmas cards in July. But it's actually August, I know. Just trying to play a little mind game there. Now, if you need more fun Christmas card ideas, be sure and join me all month long here on my YouTube channel. Be sure and subscribe too. That way you won't miss out on anything I post as a new video. Head on over to my blog, lindaloucreates.com. I will have these cards posted along with measurements, products used as well. It will be that you can just click right on it and go straight to my store and purchase any of these items for yourself. If you need a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I would love to help you out in that regards. So, be sure to, when you're on my blog, to subscribe to my newsletter. I've got lots of stuff planned, so I don't want you to miss out on that either. So thank you so much for joining me, and have a wonderful day.